Saturday night's feature winner out of St. Catharines, driving the Seaway Fluid Power MBR Racing, number 71, it's Mike Bowman. Row number 5 to the inside out of St. Catharines, driving the Gaston's Auto Sales, Jess Bolorama, KJ Trucking, 37S, it's the Tornado, Tommy Flanagan. To his outside out of St. Catharines, driving the Bloom Boom Potatoes, Cameras Trucking, number 28, it's Todd Sparky Gordon. Row number 6 to the inside out of Port Robinson, driving the J&S Heating and Cooling, Alexander Awnings, Bicknell Racing Products, 15J, it's Tim Jones. To his outside out of Ransomville, the Lewis Racing 11S second generation driver, Steve Lewis Jr. Row 7 to the inside, the exclusive imprint 2X out of St. Catharines, divisional rookie Tom Neal, and going away shotgun on the field out of Cambria, New York, driving the TJR Enterprises 9R, it's divisional rookie Tom Rickow. Lights are off, we'll go green this time. Gary Lindbergh and Mr. Small Block, Steve DeVos, turn them loose and let the modifieds fly for 35.
Lindbergh quickly out the front. Mr. Smallblock peeping on the outside. Matty Williamson, already 7-time feature wins in 2018. Woods on the outside, trying to take away that third position as Mr. CB. Chad Brockman sits in 5th as Lindbergh takes him by the starter stand.
Lindbergh leads lap 1, Bicknell right behind him. Williamson looking to the outside of Bicknell but can't pull the trigger. As they're down the back straightaway at single file in the top 7. And Mike Bowman looking underneath Todd Gordon for the 8th spot, but they're chasing down Gary Lindbergh.
As Lindbergh takes him into turns 1, Bicknell working the inside. Matty Williamson looking on that high line like always. Likes the high side around here at Merrittville. Chad Brockman still sitting in 4th. Woods now in the 38 up to 5th position as Lindbergh's able to maintain that lead. Works his way around turns 1 and 2.
0.6 of a second is the differential at the line between Lindbergh and Bicknell last time around. And here comes Williamson to the outside of Mr. Smallblock off turn number 4. Lindbergh still in the lead. Bicknell holding off Williamson for 2nd as Brockman looks on for 4th.
Freddie Carlton now working his way up to 6th place in that 96. Right behind the 38 of Scott Wood trying to take away that 5th position. Matty Williamson just slingshots himself around the 42 of Bicknell, but Bicknell puts the hammer down to maintain that 2nd position as your leader Lindbergh takes him into turn 3.
Williamson pokes the nose of the S&W Service Center, number 6 up to P2 as Mr. Smallblock still looks underneath them as Williamson goes row the moat as they're back into turns number 1 and 2. Williamson clears Bicknell. Brockman, Wood, your top 5 as they're still chasing down Gary Lindbergh.
Matty Williamson now up to 2nd, looking to work his way around the outside, trying to reel in the 28 of Lindbergh as he hopscotches himself off the berm in the front straightaway. Matty comes to me in 2nd, Bicknell back to 3rd, Chad Brockman in 4th, Scott Wood in 5th, as your leader brings him down the front straightaway.
Gary Lindbergh loves the slick stuff here at Merrittville as he continues to lead off turn number 2, and he bobbled that time. Williamson tracking him down. It's 0.9 of a second as they're into turns number 3 and 4 as the top 3 are right there nose to tail. Lindbergh, Williamson, Bicknell. The difference at the line now 0.7 of a second between Lindbergh and Williamson.
As Williamson leapfrogs off the inside of the track, working his way into turns 3 and 4. Watch him go to the outside. Actually lift the front end of that car right off the track. Trying to reel in the 28 of Lindbergh. Bicknell still in 3rd. Chad Brockman in 4th. Wood maintains that 5th position. Last week's feature winner, the 71 of Bowman's on his tail.
Gary Lindbergh still leading the Chicasa Motor Speedway 28 ZT, still leading Matt Williamson. Bicknell back in 3rd, Brockman in 4th, Scott Wood being pressured by Mike Bowman. 3 wide behind them, Fast Freddy, Todd Gordon, and Ryan Susi. with the tornado. Tommy Flanagan working in the wings. We put lap 12 on the board as Williamson's 10 car lengths behind Lindbergh.
So Williamson tries to continue to reel in the 28 of Lindbergh, looking to gather his fourth feature win of 2018 at Merrittville. Unable at the present time to reel in the 28 of Lindbergh as McDowell maintains that third position. Brockman still fourth, but a battle now for fifth between Wood and the 71 of Bowman.
Lindbergh still leads by a whole second over Williamson as Lindbergh will put a lap on the Steve Lewis 11S as they work it off turn number 4. Back to the line one more time. We'll put 15 on the board. Lindbergh stretches the lead now. It's 1.3 seconds back to Williamson.
Starting to work their way around lap traffic. We're going to have Neal in the 2X is going to be next for Lindbergh to get by. Matty Ellison works his way around the 11. The first lap car that they're going to be approaching. In the 2X that they'll have to work their way around. Matty Williamson still can't reel in the 28 of Lindbergh as he makes his way into turns 3 and 4. This time by 17 laps completed, 18 to go.
Gary Lindbergh is on rails. Matt Williamson trying to reel him in. It's 1.3 seconds as they're down the back straightaway for Lindbergh as they work it into turns number 3 and 4. They're coming to the cross flags right now. 18 and 17 to go. Your race leader continues to be Gary Lindbergh.
As Lindbergh works his way around the 2X, it enabled Matty Williamson to try to close the gap, but Lindbergh able to stretch it out again as he works his way in the inside rail at turn 3. Matty Williamson takes the same line, gets back by the lap car of the 2X and Neal. The leaders will now be approaching 2 more lap cars, the 19 and the 15.
Lindbergh and Williamson here off turn number 4, lap 20 on the counter, and Matty is starting to reel in Lindbergh. It's now 1 second exactly between Lindbergh and Williamson as they're down the back straightaway. They're running 2 completely different groups. Lindbergh straight up against the inside rail, and Matt's going to go through the moat and then back into 1.
Soon to be approaching the 9 of Tomer 2. He'll be a lap down eventually because Lindbergh closing in on him, and it might be giving Matt Williamson an opportunity to close that gap as Tim Jones sits in front of him and then the 96 of Carlton. So lap traffic going to play a part in this feature soon to come.
Heavier lap traffic here for the leaders as they'll have to get around the Tom Rickow 9R. As Lindbergh will go to the outside of Rickow here off turn number 4. He'll do so without any incident. Now Williamson will be next up. It's now 7/10 of a second with a dozen to go.
As they work their way around Rickow in that 9 car, Williamson still trying to get around him. As he gets by him now, closes the gap on Lindbergh. Lindbergh's going to have the lap car, the 96 of Freddie Carlton and the 15 of Tim Jones to contend with. And then it's going to be the 37 of Flanagan as our leaders make it around this time. 25 completed, 10 to go.
Lindbergh now about to put a lap on fast Freddie Carlton, and Matt Williamson has just erased the lead in half. It's 0.5 of a second now from Lindbergh to Williamson as they're down the back straightaway into turns number 3 and 4. Gary Lindbergh still your race leader here back to the line. 9 laps to go.
Lap traffic still going to play a factor here as Lindbergh's going to have to contend with the 15 of Tim Jones soon, as well as mentioned earlier, the 37 of Tommy Flanagan. Williamson looking for an opportunity as Lindbergh able to maintain that lead as he works his way into turn 1.
Back to 0.5 of a second now as Williamson again to the outside, trying to reel in Gary Lindbergh. He had the run going into turn 3. Diamonds it off the corner to the line one more time. Lindbergh still your race leader. It's still 0.5 of a second. Here comes Williamson looking to the outside. Can't pull it to even terms. Lindbergh still your leaders. They're back into 3.
Williamson trying to work his way around 28. He gets the opportunity here. Williamson and Lindberg head-to-head, toe-to-toe. Williamson tries to slide him on the inside. Gives him a little bit of tap. Slows down to 28. It's Williamson, Lindberg into turn 3.
Contact was made as Lindberg leading the left rear skirt off the 28's head. As they're off the line here with 5 laps to go. The leaders are into turns number 1 and 2. Lindberg still on the bottom. Matt Williamson up high. They have the Tim Jones 15J and the Tommy Flanagan 37S to deal with. Here comes Matt to the outside of Lindberg. 4 laps to go.
Matty Williamson liking that high side. Works his way around, trying to take the lead as Lindberg's going to have to contend with the 15 of Jones. He's got to decide, am I going to take him on the inside or am I going to take him on the outside? Matty Williamson knocking on the door as he goes down the front straightaway.
3 laps to go. It's now Williamson trying to look underneath Lindberg. Can't get it done as they're off turn 2. They're down the back straightaway. They're in each other's tire tracks. Into turns number 3 and 4. Lindberg still hugging up against the inside rail. Matt's working the long way around Merrittville. 2 laps to go.
Timmy Jones still paying effectiveness. Matty Williamson on the high side, looking for the bite. Looking to take the lead away from Lindberg. Lindberg on the inside. Williamson on the outside. White flag flies this time by.
White flag is out in the air, and eventual dead heat at the line as they're into turns number 1 and 2, and Williamson takes the lead. They're down the back straightaway. Here comes Lindberg looking back underneath Williamson. Lap cars are there. Here they come off turn number 4. Your modified feature winner is Matt Williamson.
It's Matty Williamson. Lindberg will be second. Bicknell will be third. The 3 of Chad Brocken will be 4th. And rounding out the top 5 will be the 71 of Mike Bowman. Matty Williamson, white flag pass for the feature win here tonight. Stephen J. Petty will come down here to interview our winner for his 4th feature win here at Merrittville in the 2018 season.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Williamson. Matt, the race of the year so far. Talk to us about the ride. Actually, talk to us about the whole last lap, working your way on the outside to get around Gary.
Man, Gary had a good car. You know, every time I thought he would take my lane away getting into 1, I went in on the bottom and I got into his left rear quarter there. Just, you know, that was accidental. You know, it was great racing with Gary. It was, you know, them lap cars I think screwed him up. Without that, I don't know if I would be standing here, but. You know, I can't thank this crew behind me enough. You know, they work tirelessly week in and week out, and it's nice to be back here in Victory Lane.
Who do you got, think, sponsor-wise, for your 4th win here at Merrittville in 2018?
Yeah, you know, I couldn't do it without Wayne, S&W Service Center, Champion Oil Products, Daryl Johnson Incorporated, Jason Enterprises, Optional Hose and Hydraulics, Integra Shocks, Bicknell Racing Products. You know, everybody makes it possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's S&W Service Center Modified feature winner, Matt Williamson. If you're on your way out, thank you for joining us here this evening. You're invited to head over to the pit area and get the graph few of the cars in the stars you weren't able to get during the autograph session. On behalf of the Space family, the complete staff and management here at Merrittville, for my partner in crime, Jim Hanley, Steve Petty, wishing everyone a good night, a safe trip home. We'll see your faces at the races. Be back next Saturday for a full card plus round 1 of the Enduro. Thank you very much. Have a good night. We'll see you all back here next Saturday night.